And welcome back, everyone. Welcome to World Team League 2022 Winter Contest Round 10, day number 2. I'm, of course, your host, Light VIP. And with me, joining me, is the one, the only, the casting cat himself. Welcome, AsherBro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we were playing first. I didn't realize we were playing tonight.
We're very prepared as we dive into this, and there's a reason why we are here tonight. There's a reason why we didn't care too much about yesterday. I apologize for not being able to cast yesterday, but we are here on the day that matters most. The Ducklings, we're going up against Good Game Gaming.
Beautiful. There are the final Ducklings. Mr. Starduck, Mr. Vindicta.
Yes, the Shaft himself. We need to come up. I don't think we figured out. Like Oreo, he's the wrists of Ultron, but what is Starduck?
Uh-huh.
What is he? What is he?
Here's the... Hang on.
Huh?
He's the weakness of Ultron because you can never find him. And not only is there no weakness in Voltron, but also can't find Starduck because he's playing Hearthstone.
He's the weakness because he's never there, Papi. Oh my god. But of course, we do have our matchups here tonight. We just switched from the same scene to the same scene, and now we're switching back on over. We are starting things off with a PvP with Nice versus PattyMac.
Nice. It's not going to get old. As we do have this lovely hexagon. It looks like they're not rating Nice super highly. I have to say, I think he's a little bit stronger than this. At least at the moment. He's been really doing quite well recently. But at the same time, we have our beautiful duckling, Mr. PattyMac, over here. Gets the nod in the offense, strategy, and micro. I like to see it.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, PattyMac, mate. He is, there's a reason why he's the tip of Voltron. You know, he can look you in the eye and make you do whatever he wants. Oh my god. Especially when we're on his favorite map, mate. Let's go.
Yeah, this is Moondance, of course. It is the club. It is where PattyMac feels most at home.
Oh yeah. This is where he really does thrive. You know, give this man a drink, give this man some beats, and he will have his way with you.
I see.
Oh my god. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted. We are just setting up the servers for the first series, and the players are just getting ready. And oh, never mind. we're diving right in.
They're in. And in the bottom right-hand corner here, this is GGG's. Nice.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Moondance, we have representing the CranKy Ducklings, PattyMac.
I had to work out my lefts and rights there for a minute. It's been one of those days, you know.
I understand. You know, the ladder can be fickle. You know, it can be disastrous, but also loving at the same time. No,
wrong. Never loving.
Oh, okay.
No.
Why are we coming back? Why do we come back?
I don't know. It's a really good question. I need to ask myself that more often.
Why are we here?
Why am I here? I could be outside.
I could
be watching some beautiful StarCraft with some brilliant players like the double Smoge himself, Mr. PattyMac.
Oh, yo, okay. So there's okay. We gotta break this down. Okay. One. He's got a new poster on the wall. I don't know if you noticed. The Protoss poster is also new. He got it like a week ago. I think a week or two ago. We pointed it out. But the poster next to that, Diablo, I don't know what that is, but that's also new. And this is a new hoodie. Straight up.
Did you ask?
No, but like he always has the orange one.
Not the salmon one, yeah.
Yeah. He's got that. He's all about that fish, and he's got none of it this time.
I don't know what it means.
You know what it means? This man, he's spending his salary well.
At least he's not spending it on Hearthstone packs. It's not too bad.
True. He's not spending it on Hearthstone. As we're getting into this game, so far we've had some pretty standard openers. Nothing too crazy. Both going for Stargates as well.
Yeah, there we go. So just going to have scouting probes all over the map, having a little look around what's going on down, and completely mirrored builds so far from both players. PattyMac often goes for a few adepts of this as well, but it looks like he's just going to be going all out on the Stalkers for now.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, I really do. A couple of things coming into this. PattyMac has been practicing quite a lot recently, especially because he has been confirmed. He is flying to Germany. He's going over. He's going to be a part of Home Story Cup, mate. He will be there, and he has been taking practice very seriously so far. An adept does slip on in, but only a single adept, so there's no one-shot potential. 2 probes are going to be going down.
Yeah, there we go. A little bit of damage already, though. We do see that he has a slight advantage when it comes to the Stalkers.
He does have that Stalker advantage, so he can take a fight here. He's already pushing out throughout the middle of the map, so we're going to have a little bit of a skirmish there as the Stalkers do meet each other. He is going to be able to shoot first on top of that. Meanwhile, it's all about what the defense is looking like at home. Do we have shield batteries ready for these Oracles?
Yeah, there we go. We actually see it's going to be a Phoenix started up from 9, so he does get the scout on the Oracle, and he's going to look to counter that with his Phoenix, and that should be out just in time as well.
Oh, exactly. Meanwhile, it looks like PattyMac only made a single Oracle, and I believe he went straight into Robo production, so he's switching gears already. But in the meantime, we do see one Stalker going down for both of our players. Defender's advantage is a little bit too good, and Nice is going to push him back.
Yeah, good micro there from Nice. He's just going to take the best of those trades. We do see this Oracle going to be dipping on in there. We have the Stasis Trap, but that Oracle is going to be going down.
Yeah, exactly. The Phoenix comes out just in time. Only a single probe is going to get stasis. We have a revelation towards the end, and the Oracle is going to fall. So I do feel like Nice has come out a little bit ahead here after the openers. He still has his Oracle alive. He has his Phoenix, and the Phoenix can come into play to CC those Immortals once they come out, if they come out for PattyMac.
Yeah, and there we go. We are going to have PattyMac just progressing further along the tech tree now. So getting into that Twilight Council a little bit earlier is just skipping out a few of these steps. That's an advantage that he gets for skipping that shield battery and skipping out as well on that Phoenix.
Oh boy, exactly. He's going to be skipping or cutting a couple of corners here for the time being. I'm really curious because I believe PattyMac started a Robo. I don't know if he finished it because I haven't seen anything being produced from the Robo yet, whether it's an Immortal or even a Warp Prism or anything like that. Yeah, I'm really curious. I don't know if you saw it as well. I don't know if it was cancelled or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure there, but either way, it looks like both players going to be starting up their Blink around the same time here.
Yeah, Blink is going to be on the way. Looking at the workers, Nice has a little bit of a probe lead, and that makes sense because he was able to deal a little bit more economic damage to PattyMac. Meanwhile, I believe the Robo was cancelled. I think we basically have confirmation of that because we have, I think, a gateway on top of the ramp, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, PattyMac is going to be moving out here with Blink instead. Nice still getting into his production. He's going to be a little bit behind on catching up in that army supply.
Yeah, there we go. So it does have that small little disadvantage there. We do see PattyMac walking around with this little crew of Stalkers here. Nice actually getting up a proxy gateway here. So looks like Nice got a bit of a counter, maybe a counter aggression in mind. Might be waiting to see if PattyMac moves across the map and then he can warp in a few Zealots, maybe even DTs if he gets along that way and set up a counter attack that way.
Yeah, it's a little bit dangerous because if I'm not mistaken, that is the 4th gateway now for Nice, so he's going to have a lot to work with. PattyMac is still working on his own. He's going to be going for a 3rd base, and I feel like that is going to be Nice's cue to go across the map. He has the production. He's looking to be the aggressor. He's already ahead in the economy as well. And Patty, without having a Robo to kind of make up for a deficit, he's going to have a hard time.
Yeah, there we go. Nice does get that scout, does start to warp in at the front there. We should have Blink finishing up right about now. And this is where things start to get a bit awkward for PattyMac. He is caught a little bit out of position here as well. And we do see an aggressive Blink coming out from Nice to try to take advantage of that. The reaction from PattyMac just a little bit slow. Going to be losing a couple Stalkers though.
Yeah, exactly. The Phoenix forces a fight as well. A lot of Stalkers are going to be going down here. We will have the defender's advantage with the shield batteries if we fall back to them, but I don't believe there are any shield batteries ready at the 3rd base.
Yeah, with this amount of Stalkers as well, we do have the potential to put a lot of damage, even through that shield battery overcharge. This third base is going to be going down. We did get a cancel coming out from PattyMac, but still a lot of pressure coming out from Nice, and he has a third going down behind this as well.
Yeah, PattyMac, he's forced to get a different third base. He's going for the pocket instead, so he'll be able to keep up for the most part, but the Phoenix provides high ground vision, and the army does blink into the main base of Patty.
Yeah, we see a big blink coming out from Nice. Is going to be starting to take a skirmish with these Stalkers of PattyMac, and it still looks like Nice has the numbers advantage. He also has that close warp-in point with the proxy gate.
Oh, he does have the close warping point. He's got the production as well. We did see a defensive robo thrown out for PattyMac, and then we go. An Immortal is going to be on the way, but it's going to be a little bit too late, and that's why Council's under threat.
Oh, not only is it under threat, but it's kind of getting those Stalkers stuck there, and we can see why. There was a bit of a distraction going down at the same time. Adept's slipping into the natural 6 probes going down already. Looks like that will be cleaned up eventually here for PattyMac without losing too many more probes, but it's the main here that's the real problem.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? Now he has an Immortal. We do have a Phoenix to try and CC, but there we go. A Blink on 4 does take down that Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix goes down. That would have been a nice idea as well, maybe to pick up the Immortal, but it looks like just a little bit too much there for PattyMac. Nice, just going to take the guaranteed damage rotating around. Takes out both shield batteries as well.
Yeah, he's going to take a lot of shots, though, from that Immortal and from the army of PattyMac as well. So he's able to reciprocate some of this damage. PattyMac is going to keep on pushing forward here. He knows he has a bit of an advantage with that Immortal, but it looks like it's going to be going down.
Yeah, really nice micro coming out from Nice. I love the way that he set off the shields of the Immortal, backed off for just a second, and then committed to the fight once that wore off.
Oh, exactly. Now Patty is on the back foot here. He has a lot of catching up to do, and in a mirror matchup, it is really difficult to try and pull that off. Not impossible, though. PattyMac actually going to be continuing Robo production, continuing Immortal production. He has the option, if he wants to go for the bait.
Yeah, as you're saying, I think Robo Bay, DT Shrine, and the kind of things that we want to be looking at here. It's going to take a little bit of doing to get a comeback in this one, but I think DT Shrine is probably not going to work out because he lost his Twilight.
Yeah, the Twilight Council was sniped earlier. That means going into charge is going to be a little bit difficult as well. So he's stuck with Pure Blink Stalkers. The Twilight Council is now on the way. And we don't see a Bay here, so he's going to be relying on only Blink Stalkers. I mean, there's still a world where maybe he can try and punch up, especially with Immortals, but Zealots are going to make that difficult.
Yeah, I mean, this is a serious lead that Nice has got going here, and he is really progressing along the tech tree to extend that lead.
Oh my god. Yeah, he really is. And there we go, PattyMac, he is going for the Bay. He won't leave her behind, but it's too late, Papi. You should have called her when he had the chance. She's in a different game.
He's in a different castle, Puppy. As we do see the Archon is going to be pushing on forward way too much here for that shield battery overcharge to be doing anything. The Immortal is putting in work, but it will be Blunk on, taken out. The shield battery goes down, and these Zealots will finish off the rest.
Yeah, exactly. There's just a little bit too much in the ground. GG gets called, and Nice will take the first game.
With the hood, it's not working. It's not working, PattyMac. Get the red one back on.
He needs to put a hoodie on the hoodie, mate, you know?
Oh, I see.
A level of smudge we have not seen before.
He needs to put the hoodie on and then switch to Terran. How you get your power.
True. You know, Protoss smudging is not a common thing, you know? Like it's unnatural. It's a combination that doesn't quite work.
Yeah, you can, I don't know, you just never really feel that mad because you're like, I'm just going to do something dumb the next game, who cares?
Oh my god, it's okay, Asher, it's okay. The Protoss can't hurt you here, Papi. It's
I'm the Protoss.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying they're doing dumb stuff, I'm saying I'm doing dumb stuff.
Okay. Never mind. Oh my god. Well, we'll see what PattyMac can bring to the table. Of course, it is going to be his map choice. I believe he also has a server advantage as well for game number 2. He will be able to flex that as well. So we'll see. I'm really curious because normally his go-to is Moondance. So where does he go from here?
Moondance. Do it again.
Again, Papi, again. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, I have seen PattyMac pick inside and out before. I have seen that, and we'll see what his map choice is going to be here. He goes for Data C.
Heading under the sea. To the deep sea club. Let's go.
to the water under the sea dance, mate. Let's go, Poppy. Yeah. I do think that he can really thrive, in the aquatic life. I haven't seen it myself, but I do, he looks like he's a good swimmer. He's got that bod.
He says, listen to me. The human world, it's a mess. Clubs under the sea are better than anything they got up there.
True.
Oh, I just closed the clean feed. Oh dear.
What are you?
Animal.
Asher. Come. Oh my god. Come back to me, Poppy.
Right, we're back. We're back. We're here. It's gonna be okay. I promise.
Oh god. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, PattyMac is definitely within his skill range here to be able to take down his opponent. Here we go in the bottom left-hand corner of Data under the sea, representing GGG. It is nice.
And in the top right-hand corner of the map, playing for the CranKy Ducklings. Quack. This is PattyMac.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Where am I?
We're gonna try and sync up, Papi.
Yes.
We can do this.
When the cyber core goes down, get really excited about it.
Well, the gas just got taken from PattyMac.
The cyber core. Whoa. I don't believe it.
It's crazy.
These players are really doing some Protoss stuff, that's for sure.
Mate, speaking of Protoss, they're both going for these low ground expansions, but Nice is staying on one gas.
Yeah, and PattyMac with a little bit of a sneaky probe over here, just having a little look-see around. Kind of looks like it's, I was saying it was going to set up a proxy pylon maybe, but it looks like he just wants to dip in a little bit late, but the timing is not quite right.
Yeah, not quite right indeed. The Nexus gets thrown down here nice and early for Nice. Cybercore! It's on the way! Nice, he throws it down! He threw it down, Bucky!
He did. He really did.
Did you see that?
I did. I can't believe it.
That was crazy.
Never seen anything like it.
He's Protoss.
It's an animal.
Oh, God. As of course, Nice is going for a much more economic opener. PattyMac, I expect him to go for tech first, but we'll see as Nice is across the map as well with his probe, trying to be as annoying as possible.
He is trying to be annoying, but is it annoying if you were never intending to do it in the first place?
Can you annoy someone who's proxying you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure can.
Patty did it again. Mate, I don't know if it's a hotkey issue or what. He started a proxy robo and he just cancelled it and threw down a gateway instead.
Man, he didn't just throw down one gateway. He threw down 3 gateways. It's going to be a full 4-gate punish of the 1-gate expand, and there is no battery for Nice. Looks like he's just starting it up now. That should be done in time, but this Zealot is starting to put in a little bit of work here. We do see that probe getting trapped over at the top there for PattyMac. Isn't going to be going for that nightmare pylon, unfortunately.
Yeah, he wants to call from inside the house, but Nice is on top of it. He's going to rip out his landline. At the same time, we have a full wall here. Void Ray is on the way with a shield battery with overcharge. That is going to be an iron wall here to try and break down PattyMac. Can he pull it off once he gets his gates up and running?
Oh, he finished the pylon. What an animal. It's crazy, Poppy.
He doesn't need that minerals, mate. It's okay. It doesn't need it.
Crazy.
He's going all in.
So we do have a few more stalkers being pumped on out here. That warp gate should be finishing up right about now, so we can start to warp in some extra stalkers here as we do see the first Void Ray popping out here for Nice, and going to need quite a few stalkers to start damaging that through the shield battery.
Yeah, like I really worry that because this has been scattered and because Nice is reacting so well and the proxy itself has been scattered, I don't know if PattyMac is going to be able to pull this off. I mean, to be fair, he was kind of born and raised in the NA region, and even last week, do you remember, like, when we were counting him out, we didn't believe that he could kill Hero, and he came so close when he just committed to the all-in anyway.
And he didn't. No. He did come really close.
He came close, puppy. He came close, okay? He was really trying.
There we go. We do see the overcharge has been committed both from the Void Rays and the Shield Battery. We have PattyMac fully committing up that ramp, but a bit of the shake of the head there as he realizes that that was not a good trade. The cannons finish up, so that's probably why he was committing so hard, really realizing that those cannons were almost finishing, but he has no way to get up this ramp anymore without fighting into cannons.
He really doesn't. I mean, the Forge is done. Cannons are being thrown down again. Nice is doing such a great job of defending on 2 bases, and PattyMac is having a really hard time. He does bait out those Void Rays once again, overcharges on cooldown so he can try and focus fire here. Does end up targeting down the gateway instead, and I mean, he knows that he's just kind of stuck in this position. It's either you die trying or you die winning, but there's no expanding.
Is he pouting? Am I just imagining that? Am I just seeing what I want to see?
He's doing the duck face, so he's posing for the camera. But
I love it. I want more.
Pout for me, puppy. Pout for me.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, Patty. As we do have these stalkers running on in, are going to be trying to get that one-shot potential down on the Void Ray, but there's just not enough there. We get the consolation second Void. We GG out, and Nice with the 2-0.
GG, well played. Again, Nice did a great job at scouting that this was happening. Oh my, he's gone.
Yeah, dropped some mic, has a little giggle, and then he's out of there.
He leaves immediately.
No press, please.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was PattyMac was kind of committed into going for the all-in, and Nice had caught onto it quite early on as well. Oh boy, yeah, GG.
GG indeed. But we do have the showdown of the 5-letter Terrans whose name starts with D coming up. Here we go. It's the competition I never knew I wanted.
Yeah, let's go. Who has the bigger D? We are here to find out. We are here to whip out our rulers, to whip out our...
I see.
Our measuring tapes, you know, we need something for scale as well. We can use the duck for scale.
Vindicta.
We can use the shaft for scale, I guess. Oh no.
Get him in there.
What is wrong with you?
They're 5 letters. You don't need to measure them, puppy. It's 5 letters.
Okay.
It's gonna be alright.
What does that mean?
Whatever you want it to mean. The real question I have is, are we gonna have Giga Handsome Dolan again today?
Oh, that's the question. Is he going to be blind or not? if you remember, I asked him because we did take notice when he didn't have his glasses on and he looked like a different human being. It was crazy. I was like, "Oh, were you wearing contacts?" He's like, "Nah, I was just blind."
Oh.
I was like, "Oh, okay."
Man, Darren, you don't even have to see the screen.
You don't even have to see, but it's a blur. Easy. It's a blur, and you win.
You just skim into the other blur, and you just hope that the green blurs don't run into your blue blurs and blow them all up. Very familiar with this.
Oh my god, it's beautiful, mate. It's beautiful, and yeah, we'll see kind of how this all turns out in the end. It is going to be a bit of a TVT, just for a little bit of insight, and I think it's okay revealing this. We were trying to snipe a Protoss with Dolan. You know, the plan was to kind of get Nice, and we didn't get him in the end. We got Dream instead. So Dolan, he's gonna have to whip out some of his plans, some of his shenanigans in the TVT matchup. If you remember, we saw him against Cure last week, and again, didn't look too bad.
Yeah, once again, came pretty close and got a bit of action going on in the main of Cure, but it's that time again, Light. There's something at my door and I have to retrieve it. I got the timing wrong. I really wanted to eat it during the break.
You told me you ate. You told me you ate. What are you talking about? Go get it, mate. Go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. So the players are just preparing. They're just getting ready over in their own respective matches. Game 1 is going to be on the US region. So Dolan will have a bit of an advantage over there. Game 2 will be in Korea. So, we'll just alternate in that way. And yeah, we'll see what Dolan has planned for Dream. He's the man of many builds. He's got so many different kind of cheese and kind of two-base play tucked away. But he's not confined to cheese. If you remember, against Cure, against DPG last week, Dolan straight up was ahead. He was killing Cure. It was insane what he was able to pull off on Data C, going for a Doom drop, taking control of the main base, taking down the production as well. But we did see Dolan overextend. We did take notice that maybe he was a little bit under pressure because he was doing so well in that game against Cure that he needed to end the game sooner rather than later. And it forced a couple of mistakes out of him. But we'll see how things go as we're getting into our next matchup. And Dream, his Hexagon is looking mighty fine, not looking too bad at all. But you know what? So's Dolan's. Hello, puppy. Oh no, Asher's not back.
Like, do you want a chip?
Oh, did you order Macca's again?
Yeah.
Did you order
Would you like a chip?
Fax me a chip, puppy. Fax. Yeah.
Right, facts. Yeah, I got an Oreo McFlurry. I did. I really did.
You order the same thing every week. Or did you order a Big Mac? Did you order a Big Mac?
A Big Mac? No, yeah. I'm not an animal.
Oh.
I don't eat beef. I watched a documentary about the Amazon rainforest. I decided I don't want to eat beef anymore.
The Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay.
They deforest it to put cows there.
Oh, the cows.
Spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map for GGG. This is a Dream.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Data under the sea, we have representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is Dolan.
Let's take cows.
I was gonna say, if you wanted to, you could order like a Big Mac, but you could
chicken Big Mac.
Yeah, put chicken in there.
They're gonna be like, but that's a double chicken. I'm gonna be like, no, it's a chicken Big Mac.
Yeah, get me my Big Mac, or else
I was discriminated against.
Oh my god! So you got chips and a McFlurry. What else you got?
Yeah. Let's just pretend that's all I got. We don't need to talk about this anymore.
I got a Big Mac.
I just got more than that. That's all we need to know.
No.
As we do have standard builds coming out from both players, so it does look like Dolan not going to be going for that proxy the first game. This is something I've noticed a bit out of him. He does like to get a bit of a feel for his opponents. Nice to see as well. I think he's looking to see if they scout. He's looking to see if they go for a double gas opening or if they're being a bit cheeky, going for proxy, stuff like that. Just getting a bit of a feel for how they like to play before he goes for whatever cheese is most appropriate to the situation in that second game.
It's the team GP maneuver, papi. It's you lure them in, you make them believe that you're going to macro, and then you cheese the hell out of them in game number 2. But yeah, as you were saying, pretty standard opener so far from both of our players here. We'll see how things progress into the mid game. Again, Data C was the map where he was looking in prime position against Cure, but Dream is a very different kind of player. They're both Korean, they're both Terran, but I will say that Dream, he maybe has a little bit more pizzazz to him in a certain way. I feel like whenever I think of him, he's more of an aggressive player, but we'll see.
Yes, we do see Dolan. It's going to be bringing that SUV forward to take a few shots for that Reaper, try to win that skirmish there. Does get quite a lot of damage on the Reaper of Dream, but we do see that second Reaper coming in to save it, and Dream will not be losing any SUV build time.
Yeah, exactly. No one loses anything. That was crazy.
True. It was crazy. How do you feel when you think about Dream?
How do what?
How do you feel when you think about Dream? What does it make you feel?
Oh, how do I feel?
Yeah.
Oh,
What did you
I,
think I said?
I, just, I thought you said, how do you think you feel when you think about Dream? It's like, what?
Yeah. How do you
Yeah,
think you feel?
yeah, yeah.
Just guess for
Are you
me.
gonna tell me how I actually feel? Is that what you?
Only if you're wrong.
My God, that's such a weird way to phrase it. Oh God. You know, I feel something deep inside me, right?
Uh-huh.
It's similar to how I feel about like Byun or like
Uh-huh.
Bunny or like Round,
Oh.
but not. Oh,
Oh. You're talking
oh,
my language now.
oh, but not quite as much. Not quite as much. I feel like
Okay.
he's
Just a
more like
twinge.
he's like the hipster pick. You know,
Yeah, okay.
he's under the radar. Yeah,
Yeah. I can see
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You feel good, but like not the whole way.
Yeah, yeah. It's good. It's not
Uh-huh.
amazing.
Okay.
I've had better.
You've had better. Okay.
Like, you know who? Like Dolan, Bobby.
Oh,
Let's go. Oh, let's go.
can't
He's
get
gonna be
much
moving.
better than that. Yeah, we do have that tank job coming out.
Exactly. I was gonna say Chinese opener.
What?
We have three person. We have two Hellions moving out here from Dolan. Just gonna be poking. Probably gonna be meeting up with his medevac drop as well. The tank. Oh, can he get in position? Can he siege up in time as Dream? Oh.
Dream is countering this so effectively. He's done such a great job going for that early tank as well, just using all his units really effectively, and losing that tank there, that's a disaster for Dolan. That's almost game ending when you go for this build. You really need to preserve those units because it just puts you so far behind because you're already behind a Raven.
Yeah, exactly. And it just didn't pay off for him now. He's going to try and go for a bit of a drop into the main base and try and delay the CC if possible. But we have a lock on here from the Cyclone. He goes for the scan. Oh, my God.
How do you think that made you feel like?
Actually, I need you to calm down, buddy, okay? I need you to calm down.
I felt pretty good about that one, as we do have that medevac getting out of there. Going to be having these Ravens getting sent out across the map as well to get a little bit of harassed on. Get a good look at it. Fill your eyeballs with it because it's the last time you'll be seeing it once this patch comes out.
Oh, true, Bobby, true. And we don't have to delve too far into the patch, but Raven openers may become a thing of the past. Or a thing of the future. As both Ravens do end up passing each other in the end, do they notice each other? That's kind of the real question. Is Dream is also going for a bit of a, do you see something headed towards the main base as well of Dolan?
Raven son, notice me, as we do have, yeah, it looks like maybe a drop or maybe the second Raven going into the main there. Dolan just putting it back nice and quickly there, and they're going to be losing the two workers, but yeah, second Raven going into the main there, and there's a lot of damage that's going to be going down here.
Yeah, and this is damage that Dolan can't really afford right now. He's already behind in the workers. He does get a lock on with his Cyclone. It looks like he will get the Raven in the main, but oh, he may end up losing his own Cyclone. Meanwhile, he doesn't get to... Oh, he actually gets the Cyclone of Dream.
I think he must have lost his Raven as well. So it looks like both players are trading out a Raven for a Cyclone. Yeah, there we go. But Dream getting 6 SCVs on top of that. So that is pretty rough.
Oh, but you know what? You say that we have a drop here towards the natural. Okay, what SCV goes down? Not the best, especially because we do have a couple of Vikings on the way, but it looks like Dolan should be able to get out of here. Dream's going to try and cut him off though.
Gonna cut him up.
Cut him up. He's going to slice him. He's going to dice him. Oh!
Don't leave them behind. You need them. Yeah, it does look like this drop is going to get tracked on and down. We'll be going down without too much of a fight.
Yeah, it does end up getting cleaned up in the end. Aye. So things haven't been going too well here for Dolan, so I don't blame him for this. You know, I accept my sons for who they are, and sometimes they delve in the mech, and 2 factories were just thrown down for Dolan.
Yeah, there we go. We do have Dream just kind of skirting around the edges there, just making sure that Dolan isn't setting up any tank pushes on his base. We'll be able to find we'll be able to find nothing, but very nice movement coming out from Dream to keep that all in check. And looks like Dolan just kind of behind in every regard right now.
Yeah, he's got a lot of catching up to do, and it's not going to be impossible. It's just going to be difficult to pull off here. At least he was able to trade a Raven for a Raven, so he doesn't have too much of a disadvantage to try and work towards, especially when it comes to breaking these tank lines. Dolan just has to keep up with these rotations. We have three base versus three base. He's going to be slowly catching up in the worker count. He's going to be trying to overcome his opponent in the tank count.
Trying to overcome playing the Terran race and his opponent at the same time. It's hard work out here.
Yeah, TVT unwinnable.
It is.
God, of course, the big advantage that Dream has that he's going to be flexing is that he does have a larger mobile army. He can go for a double drop. It looks like he's setting up to maybe even go into the main base. And Dolan, I don't believe he has any missile hearts ready for this. Sensor Tower is just about to finish up, and this will give him maybe a bit of a heads up if it does end up going in range.
Oh, that Rax is not where it's meant to be.
Oh, but
it's in the air.
Oh.
Dolan's playing mech puppy.
I told you! What do you mean?
I wasn't listening. As we do have the Vikings getting pumped out for Dolan, so he's going to have a pretty significant lead when it comes to these Vikings here. Might even be able to go into Liberators if he does find out that Dream is going heavily into Medivacs, but at the same time, Dream realizes that he can kind of stop any push that might come his way, so he's going to throw down 3 CCs at the same time.
Oh, he's an animal, Poppy. 3 CCs at once. He's going to be taking the entire map. Asher, I was talking about how I accept my kids for who they are, and that sometimes they can mech.
Let me know. I can mech?
No, you're not my kid.
Oh,
you're not my son.
Oh.
It'd be weird if you were. We're not in Alabama, Poppy. As we do see Dolan rotating over towards the third base. He's rotating on over. He's going to be keeping up here with Dream. Oh my god. And we do see a nice scan as well, keeping an eye on that main army.
Something happened when you came to Melbourne that I don't remember.
Oh my god. Dream, he's looking for a way in. Dolan's going to try and keep up, but we have a couple of disables going down.
Yeah, really nice disables there. Those tanks are going to be a little bit out of range, so the disables kind of just let those Marines go away at those Vikings, but it looks like Dolan, he's going to be able to keep track of these rotations of Dream. It's going to be a matter of how much he loses to these Marines.
Yeah, a lot of Vikings. 3 Vikings are going to be going down here. He's being spread thin as well. Dream rotating over towards the triangular third base. Marines going to be shelling away at that gas geyser as well. It looks like the tanks are going to be able to keep up, though, and Dream isn't going to find a way in.
Yeah, he's just kind of spreading these tanks all around here. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to break, but he is putting a lot of damage on this CC, and we don't have any repairs coming out from Dolan.
Oh my god, the CC is so close to going down. Forces a liftoff as well. He's going to have to rotate over towards the south to try and break this tank line. I believe... Oh, we do see Dream even threatening a drop into the main.
Yes, does get pretty awkward, but the main thing here is that he's just denying the mining here at the third, and behind this, Dream has been so gritty with those extra CCs, he can start to look to land those, get his 5th up and running, and yeah, the idea of Dolan getting a 5th is just so far out of this game at the moment.
Exactly, and he may just have to be forced to kind of rotate over towards the right-hand side instead, but it's a much less defensible location as well. It's quite vulnerable. Dream is rallying his reinforcements in that direction as we speak. Oh, and yeah, Dolan's gonna have to just wait for a little bit. He actually does have Liberators on the way, though.
Yeah, this is where I would love for Dolan to do the Piglet and just max out on like 60 SEVs and just create the biggest mech army ever and just go across the map with it.
It can definitely work as the Liberators do force a siege up. He does pick off 2 tanks. Doomdrop is getting ready to go into the main base, so this does get spotted by that Rax, but does Dolan see?
Yeah, we do have those liberation zones going up there, so actually some good work coming out from Dolan, but Dream just going to be running straight over these turrets. Is going to be able to get the payload out of those Medivacs as well, and this is very awkward to defend with mostly tanks.
Yeah, exactly. The Vikings were a little bit slow to respond here. Armory is going to be targeted down. 21 SCVs do end up falling as well. And at the same time, the ground army of Dream is headed once again towards that third.
Yeah, we have those super depots going down as well, and looks like Dolan really getting spread thin here. He's going to be able to take out most of these Marines, but it's just a matter of how much damage they're going to be able to get done before they go down, and looks like we are having this combat drop coming down on these tanks. The friendly fire is real. The Marines and Marauders going to come in and clean up the rest.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Dolan just being pulled apart here, and his tank line has been broken. The third base being broken as well. Liberator's going to be able to siege up, but I think there are just too many Marines on the ground.
Yeah, there's too much bio. The spread there is good. The tank's going to be going down. Looks like Dolan is pretty much ready to tap out here. He will be keeping his third alive, but behind this Dream, he has that 5th and 6th on location. 3-3 is almost finished here, and Dolan is struggling just to survive on his 3 bases.
He really is, and there is still a chance for him. You were talking about it before, where it is still quite possible to just kind of turtle up on a relatively low SCV count and try and max out that way. Oh god, but once again, Dream, he sees an opportunity, he takes it, he resets the Viking count.
Yeah, the 3-3 advantage is absolutely insane. Those Vikings got shredded here. The tanks are forced to unsiege, and Dream is just rallying bio on in. He will be taking out these tanks, and he can trade poorly here. He just needs to keep taking out units. GG is called. Dream with a clinical win.
GG gets called in the end. Dream does take the first game. Again, the first game we did have a bit of a server advantage for Dolan, so he's gonna have to go for gonna head on over to the land of Korea, and he may have a bit of a harder time there, but it is gonna be his map pick.
Yeah, we'll be able to pick out that map, and he looks like he did get a bit of a feel for how Dream's going to be playing this one out. So I'm sure he's got in his mind the kind of strategy that he wants to go for now.
Yeah, I do wonder what his plan is going to be, because I think you can't be too overt either. Like, I feel like if Dolan goes for like stargazers, that may just be a little bit too wild. Instead, he goes for inside and out.
Yeah, there we go. Looks like inside and out going to be the map pick here. I do remember last time we had this map, I think. Yeah, it was this map that he went for, the 3-Rax Reaper, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was 3-Rax Reaper against Time, if I'm not mistaken, on inside and out. So, yeah, we have seen a lot of proxies in general on this map. We could even see Dream proxy on inside and out, to be fair. So, yeah, I wonder if that is going to be his plan, or if he's going to go for something else instead.
Yeah, Dream a pretty big proxy Rax enjoyer for sure, so wouldn't be too surprised to see him maybe break out the 2-Rax Reaper, but at the same time, I have to think that he's feeling pretty confident after that first game and doesn't really want to risk anything that way.
Yeah, I do think it's going to be a little bit unnecessary for Dream to try and pull that out. But we are going to be on the Korean server, so he may think that, you know, with the server advantage, he can try and out micro and out control Dolan. That's another thing to bear in mind, that like, is Dolan feeling confident enough to pull that out on that map? Yeah, it's going to be... Yeah, I'm really curious what he decides to do. Oh.
Yeah, I am too, as here he is in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, playing for Good Game Gaming. This is Dream.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Inside Now, we have representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is Dolan.
Quack.
Quack. Oh, and so far, everything's at home.
Oh. Are the SCVs going to make the migration? Are we going to be seeing 2 SCVs of Dolan going across the map? We're not. I don't believe it. We have a second standard game in a row, at least so far.
Yeah, and again, I kind of like this from Dolan. You know, he's kind of working with his reputation a little bit. I don't know if Dream is really fully aware of it, but yeah, Dolan going for a 2-gas opener. Standard, puppy.
Yeah, there are, of course, a lot of options coming out from here. On a shorter map as well, we can go for that reactor and go for a bit of a Reaper Hellion build, but at the same time, looks like both players just going to be, opening things up quite standard.
Yeah, we do have the SCVs going to be scouting across the map as well. Just kind of trying to keep an eye on the openers, just trying to make sure that we were talking about it before. Dream is kind of known for being a little bit cheesy at times. Dolan probably fully aware of that. He is all about that preparation, just making sure that the Raxes are at home as well.
Yeah, there we go. We got the scout. We head on back home. We make the Reapers. We make the Hellions. It's all good.
So I was curious, does Dream have chairs behind him? Is that what that is?
He's in a doctor's office waiting room.
It does look like that. It is a very, very white room. god.
He's the doctor, puppy.
He's the doctor.
Ooh.
He's gonna examine you. Oh.
That was... Oh!
Oh!
How did Dolan know that?
Oh
What?
my god, he's oh! Did you see that? Mate.
Did I see what?
Dream. After he lost his Reaper, he readjusted his
anime
glasses.
glasses adjust.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
This battle is going to be harder than I once thought.
He's crazy, puppy. And now Dolan has the Reaper advantage. He's going to be moving out across the map as well. Of course, he's going to be pushing up a Ram, so Dream should be able to shoot first. Yeah, he's got a defensive Cyclone as well.
Gah. So do have that Reaper heading on out of there. So we will just have a Reaper for Reaper trade coming out from Dolan. Probably the best case scenario there, as we have the Hellion meeting up with the rest of the units. But the defender's advantage for Dream is going to be good. So maybe just a little bit of a gamble from Dolan that the add-ons will be thrown down, and actually does wrong side the units, but I don't think it's to his advantage, honestly.
Yeah, the armies, the units do kind of bypass each other in a way. It looks like, yeah, Dolan did come out a little bit worse for wear. He's going to dive on top of this building SCV, but he does not delay the CC.
Yeah, CC not going to be delayed. We see across the map as well for Dolan. Unfortunately, his CC not going to be finishing here, so Dream actually getting a pretty huge lead when it comes to the orbital build time.
Yeah, that he is. Meanwhile, it looks like Dolan's going to be snowballing a little bit. He's going to be able to get a lot of SCV kills here at the natural, but I think the same can be said for Dolan as well, as the workers are also going down on his side of the map.
Yeah, we see chaos going down across the map. The Cyclone is going to be hopping out for Dream here. That will spell an end to this. Looks like no more SCV is going to be taken out for Dolan here, as we do have... Oh
no! Oh no!
Oh, those SCVs getting lined on up there, and Dream has just done insane amounts of damage. That CC wasn't resumed. This game is over, honestly. I think we're just going to see a GG coming out from Dolan here.
Yeah, that was brutal. I think everything was okay until that final moment. You can see Dolan just recognizing that as well. Yeah, he's got a lot of catching up to do. We have a drop headed across the map.
Gah.
Gah.
I caused him to gah.
Oh my god, and yeah, we do have that drop headed towards the main base. Did you see this? Dolan, no!
He's smudging. He's gonna tilt ladder after this.
No!
I would. As we have that Cyclone getting picked on up. Cyclone of Dolan actually pretty close to taking out that medevac, but the boost is going to get it on out of there. We have Ravens going for both players, but looks like Dolan just doesn't really have enough money to keep his production up and running.
Exactly. We only have that one Raven on the way. He's trying to recover economically, but look at that worker disparity right now. It is huge. We even see a third CC on the way as well for Dream. It looks like he's going to be able to keep up with the drop and take down a couple of units. So a small win there for Dolan. He now resumes his SV production as well, but he's got a lot to overcome. Oh, even killed the Cyclone.
Looks like we took out the Cyclone, yeah. We're back in it.
Oh, let's go, Poppy. Let's go.
As it looks like a bit of a last-ditch effort here from Dolan. Is just going to be sending everything across the map here. He's going to be a little bit naked as well at home when it comes to defending this Raven, as Dream just has this scouting medevac now, really, which will allow him to get in position with that tank.
Oh boy, yeah, we'll see if he can do so here, as he's gonna be able to catch this medevac. It looks like, oh, he will get the medevac in the end, so nicely done here for Dolan, but he also reveals his position. At the same time, Raven slips on in, throws out an auto turret, is gonna deny a lot of mining in the main.
Yeah, there we go, 3 SCBs going down, a lot of mining, as well as Dolan returns there to mining, but with lead for Dream is just getting further and further ahead. We see as well that Dolan actually going for 2 starports there in an effort to get himself out of this one. So probably just going to be skipping out on the Marines entirely and just going into tanks and Vikings. But I still don't know if he has enough money to get that done, really.
Oh my god, the Cyclone positioning though. It looks like Uno Mas, he takes down the Raven, keeps the Cyclone alive. So Dolan's going for a couple of nice moves here and there. I believe the scan in the main base did actually scout the 2 starports, so I do believe that Dream has spotted this, if I'm not mistaken. It's hard to say if the scan was able to catch that second starport towards the north, but regardless, he is going to be preparing at home here, and yeah, we'll see if Dolan can overcome.
That depot looks huge. Why does that depot look so big?
Which one?
the one in the middle of the screen.
Objects.
The building one.
Objects
appear
closer. Yeah, they seem. Yeah.
Is that a strategy you've used before?
You've driven a car before.
Oh. We were talking about cars. As we do have the Vikings and Ravens of Dolan heading on out, but it looks like the defensive positioning for Dream really good here. Dolan hasn't made an SUV for about the past 2-3 minutes. He's just going completely all in with this, and I just really don't see a way for him to get an angle here. He might get 1 or 2 tanks, but I'm just not sure how you get your way through these 4 tanks when they're positioned so well.
Mate, with disables, let's go. We have 3 disables going on down. That's all the energy for our Ravens, but at the same time, we have some auto turrets in the back line as well, taking so many of those shots and focus firing the tanks.
Yeah, GG is called. And a little bit of a disappointing game there for Dolan, as we do see. Yeah, it really looks like a doctor's office.
It's crazy because those look like dining room chairs, you know, like they're not office chairs or room chairs, right? Like it's, yeah.
They will be feasting on the body of Dream's opponents.
Oh, yeah, I don't like this. Papi don't like this. And Dream does take the 2-0 win there. Some rough games for Dolan, unfortunately. He had a great start to game number 2, but we saw that things very quickly snowballed in favor of Dream. Things got a little bit chaotic. They got a little bit out of control. And yeah, things just lining up a little bit too much against those Hellions. And we saw that after that, it was just too much damage too early on there in that TVT.
Yeah, exactly. That Hellion just got way too much there for Dream. Looks like he did just get the better of the multitasking, and that is something that can happen when you are the stronger player. If there's 2 things going on at once, you might be able to eke out some slightly better SUV trades, and in TVT, that can be all it takes.
Mm-hmm. It really can. It really can. Like, these mirror matchups can really be brutal, and we just had 2 of them. You know, it can be really difficult to come back from any kind of deficit, whether it's workers or tech or army. We saw that both PattyMac and Dolan just came out a little bit worse for wear in a lot of those games. But now we're going to be breaking free from the mirror matchups. Unfortunately, Good Game Gaming will be taking this series. GG will have that 4-point lead already. Vindicta, he does have a really good chance here, though. I do love that he's going to be able to flex his TVZ before us.
It's okay, lad. We're gonna work this out, all right? We have time. We're gonna come up with some more nice puns. Oh,
time is not on the CranKy Ducklings. We don't have him.
There we go. That's the spirit. Here we go. We do have this TVZ lined on up. Should be a really interesting one. I really like the way that the skills of Vindicta match up with Rattata. Definitely a very strong player, a player with a wide variety of skills as well, but does tend to go a little bit more often for meter-based plays, slightly lower drone-based plays, and those are the kind of plays that do test your multitask, which is one of Vindicta's strengths. So I actually think these 2 players line up pretty well against each other, and it should be an exciting game.
Yeah, they're both very fast players in their own right. I think that's kind of what you're getting at, where we should be seeing a lot of action on the map. And really, we're going to be seeing who breaks first, who can keep up with who, if at all. And we'll see how chaotic things can get if they go for a longer game. I have seen Rattata go for certain roach timings in the past if he sees an opportunity to do so. So he is more than willing to be the aggressor early on. So got to be keeping an eye on him. Vindicta, though, he is known for that, especially in this matchup. He's known for his scouting. He's known for his scans.
Also known for having helmets on his helmets. And then a helmet on top of that.
Excuse me?
So, the ones on his head.
No,
He's a triple helmet gamer. He likes to play things very safe.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, you need 3 helmets if you really want to cover the massive head that Vindicta does have.
Wow. It's so rude, lad.
What do you mean? It's because he has a big brain as well, but it's not as big as Dolan's. You know, he's not the brain of Voltron, but you know, he He's big in other ways.
Oh, he makes up for it.
He makes up for it.
With certain talents.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. We are going to be having this match coming on the way. Kind of interested as well to see what map we get. So in this team league format as well, you don't get to choose the first map. So sometimes Vindicta does get the rough end of the stick, or any of them can get the rough end of the stick, but it's especially noticeable in non-mirror matchups. I remember against a laser, he got, it was Cosmic Sapphire as the first map, which is pretty rough, but he made a good game of it.
He did. He really did, and it was a great match to watch in the end. I'm just quickly taking a gander over here, and it looks like we are going to be getting into this series. We have our hexagons, 9 in the offense. I can definitely agree with that. Apparently 9 in the macro as well for Rattata.
Yeah, definitely they're not in offense and macro, so it sounds like multitask to me. Just being annoying, putting on a lot of pressure, getting good macro going behind that. And here we go. We have Vindicta, the D, with the 59. I have hiccups. I'm sorry.
It's because you ate too much too quickly.
Yes.
You animal.
Yes.
But he does have the 59, does have a very well-rounded hexagon, which is interesting. We do think that he should have a bit of a distinction in certain aspects, like his offense, like his own micro as well. But he has to prove himself here to all of us. As you were talking about it, game 1 is going to be on Cosmic Sapphire.
If he wants to prove his offense, he's going to have to leave his base, puppy. I'm not sure if he wants to do that. It's so safe and warm in his tent.
Oh, his tent with triple helmets, papi. Let's go. So we are going to be going into the, I believe, largest map in the map pool, if I'm not mistaken. It's quite big. A lot of bases to be taken. Big, wide open. Plenty of attack avenues as well once you clear up those rocks. Would you say Terran map?
No. This is the map that I gave an example of as getting screwed over by the maps in GBZ.
Oh my god, yeah. So Vindicta has a lot to overcome here. This is kind of more favored towards the Zergs. So Rattata getting quite lucky when it comes to the first map. But just because the map does give an advantage to a certain race doesn't mean that it is going to be impossible for Vindicta to overcome that. I believe.
Yeah, just play like Mario, right?
Just play like Vindicta, papi. That's
True.
what you gotta do, mate. What do you mean?
Yeah, we will be looking out for those classic Vindicta moves, the Mind Drops, the Liberators, the single drops, little bits of harass here and there. All of the hallmarks of Vindicta's play. And yeah, we're excited to see how he approaches Cosmic Sapphire as well. I do remember the last time he played this against a laser, he actually went Blue Flame into a very interesting battle mech ghost sort of style.
Yeah, true. And it was honestly working really well. There was just kind of one fight that didn't go Vindicta's way, and then momentum swung in favor of a laser. But yeah, it's a really unique style. I remember you praise it a lot, but we actually don't really, to be honest, I think Vindicta's the only person that I see use it in that way and go for that kind of composition. It's pretty unique, but it looks really good.
Yeah, I don't think I've really seen Mind Cyclone that much outside of challenge runs or troll builds and stuff like that. But it actually really suits his multitask because the thing that's so good about Minds in this matchup is you can force multitask out of the Zerg. They can't just move that side and forget about it. They actually have to be constantly watching that side as well. So if you can create pressure in 2 locations with Minds, it really pushes the limits of the Zerg's multitask in that way.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big things that I would love to kind of probe Vindicta about in a way. Just because it's something that that feels very Vindicta. When it comes to the other kind of peculiar Terran players out there, like your Gumihos and like your specials, they have their own styles, they have their own quirks, but even they don't quite do it the same way that Migs does. So I have to wonder kind of how he came upon it. Is it something they stumbled into? Was there some theory crafting involved as well? As a Migs stan, I don't know if you have an answer to that, the origin of Migs.
It's probably a little bit of the geniuses from Reddit spilled over into his Twitch chat and told him to build mines, and he was like, oh. As in the bottom right-hand corner here, we have, for Good Game Gaming, a Rattata.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, representing the CranKy Ducklings, we have the Red Terran, Vindicta.
It's the same people that told us to build a Raven instead of using scans to clear creep.
Oh, but they knew, Papi.
They knew.
They're making Ravens now. They're gonna make Ravens in the next patch.
They're not.
Weren't you telling me about how that's what you wanted to be doing?
Yeah, I want to try it, but I don't think it's good. I just want to kill you with something else, Papi.
You can build anything.
Variety is the spice of life.
I'll die, Papi. I'll die.
As speaking of variety, we do have a pool first coming out from Rattata here.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting here. We did expect him to be the aggressor in this series, and we'll see how aggressive he plans to be with that pool first. It's not the earliest pool. He went pool, hatch, and then gas, so he's not rushing out gas like you would in other builds, like maybe even a roach build. So yeah, I'm curious to see if this is just for a handful of links or if he intends to do more with this.
He doesn't have his hoodie on. Do you think that maybe PattyMac stole his hood?
Oh, Migs does have a white hoodie.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Oh my god.
As it looks like we are just going to be getting a very standard Reaper expand coming out from Vindicta here. Looks like on the side of Rattata as well, not going to be any crazy aggression either. He's just getting getting that natural up and running. He's just going to be using these links just to deny a little bit of scouting, but looks like Vindicta, he's going to be able to get in there. He's going to be able to see the gas as well. We do see that he quickly selected that. And with just 2 in gas, I'm wondering if this might actually be an Overlord speed opening.
I don't know about that. We'll see. And with only 2 in gas, it's really interesting just because again, like Rattata's not really prioritizing link speed as much. He should be getting into it. His lings aren't going to be doing much damage either, as this was scattered. They would go third hatchery is thrown down on location. But what I'm also curious about, Vindicta's background looks a little bit different than it normally does.
Yeah, for sure. I think he just took the artwork down.
Yeah. Did we look? Okay, hold on. Bear with me. PattyMac. He didn't just have a new hoodie. He had a new art piece as well. He had a new portrait. Did PattyMac break in and steal everything? Did he?
I don't think Vindicta's old art was a Protoss logo.
No, the other one. The other one on the left. On the left, the black and red one. PattyMac had a second portrait.
I can't do it. I can't picture it. As we do have coming out from Vindicta, going to be going for that 3cc blue flame once again. So actually the same strategy that we saw him employ against a laser on this map.
Yeah. So it may just be his go-to for Cosmic Sapphire just because it's larger. He goes for mech. It makes sense. I don't know if it's something that he always does on this map specifically, but against Rattata, that is going to be his build of choice. Meanwhile, we see Rattata just going for link speed with those gases. Nothing too crazy coming out of that. Just rush it out a little bit faster, having a couple more workers in that gas geyser. Nothing too crazy out of him.
Yeah, there we go. Just a bit more of an eco play coming out from this pool first after he was scouted there.
Exactly, just trying to make up for that worker deficit from that economic deficit of delaying his hatchery. Meanwhile, we just see the Hellions just kind of poking and prodding here again. Rattata hasn't thrown down any kind of major tech structures. Still working off of 1 gas, is going to be throwing down at that lair soon. There we go. As we say it, lair is going to be on the way. Soon to be Baneliness, but he hasn't gone into the main base yet. He hasn't scattered those additional factories.
Yeah, there we go. We do have that lair coming down at a pretty standard time here. Rattata as well is one that does like to go for those mutas, so it will be interesting to see if that's where he goes from here. We get those spores coming on down, and looks like he hasn't quite gotten a read, but looks like I didn't get a read either. I thought this was going to be blue flame, but we have Stim and Cyclones on the way.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. We didn't see that blue flame whatsoever, despite having two. It's like he wants to feign mech in a way. He does reveal his Cyclone, and it looks like he will not get that Overlord.
Yeah, very interesting opener coming out from Vindicta here as well. And yeah, these Cyclones definitely look like they're representing mech here. We'll have to see if there's any reaction from Rattata, any Roach Warren going down or anything like that, as we do see. He's just going to be taking his 4th base here, and there is that Spire.
Oh, yeah, and I have to wonder if Vindicta's going to be okay with this. I mean, he's going to be transitioning into Marines, into Bio, and he will have plenty of anti-air available, but will it be in position? Meanwhile, the Cyclones get a couple of lock-ons. A lot of transfuses were wasted earlier on at that Overlord, and one Queen is going to be going down.
Yeah, there we go. Queen going down. All that energy going down as well means this creep spread is going to be limited, as we do have a second Queen going down. And the Cyclone's actually putting in a lot of work here. This is a pretty intriguing opening that we have coming out here.
Yeah, he's forcing a lot of lings out of Rattata. Vindicta has to be careful not to overextend on that creep, otherwise he will be surrounded, so he'll back off for the time being. So far, the bio transition hasn't been spotted yet. We do see Bailing Speed on the way. We have delayed upgrades from Rattata. He's going to be avoiding his Evo Chambers and 1-1 in favor of Mutas, but he doesn't have quite a large gas pack yet.
Yeah, there we go. We do have some of those overloads getting taken out. But yeah, Rattata with a little bit of a run by here, and it looks like there isn't enough here to deal with it for Vindicta. He's just going to be saving that Marine, but a few SCVs going to be going down for his troubles. 4 SCVs going down, actually, though.
Yeah, a lot of damage being done here by the run by. Also, we see a scout of the production. We see a scout of the double engineering base as well. So Rattata is fully aware that it is going to be Buyer. So he's going to be able to transition into that as well, or just maintain course, as both Evo Chambers were just thrown down. We have 6 Mutas on the way. That is enough to one-shot workers. But we see a scan, and Vindicta knows.
Yeah, good scan going down there. He's going to be seeing that Spire. We have those turrets being started up right away. The Hellions are going to be in position to deal with this little Ling run by as well. So, yeah, it looks like with all these turrets being started by Vindicta, he is going to be going for a little bit more of a defensive play, at least for the moment here. It does have that bunker there as well. That's very useful, that bunker, for dealing with Mutas here.
Yeah, this makes plenty of sense, especially because he forced out so many lings here of Rattata. He doesn't want to throw anything away, and he doesn't want to be caught out of position against all these Mutas. He wants to make sure he's able to maintain his economic lead, especially after losing 4 of those SCVs earlier.
Yeah, there we go. So any mind games there, not really working out. Rattata clearly knowing that it is Bio here with that +1 armor being started up. We do have a few Banes on the way as well, and we're going to be getting a few extra Mutas as well as that. So looks like he's going to be looking to grow his flock and start getting a little bit of that damage going.
Yeah, Ling, Bane, Muta. You love to see it. We'll see if these Mutas can find any damage so far. Ooh, they come across the turret, and one Muta goes down immediately.
Yeah, already a Muta going down. That's a good start for the defense for Vindicta. Looks like another one went down as well. Maybe a mine just catching that there, as we have the drilling claws getting started. Mines just being pumped out here for Vindicta. 2-2 on the way as well. So there's his timing. He does have that 2-2 well ahead of the upgrades of Rattata, and he can hit a pretty sharp timing once that finishes up.
Yeah, there's going to be a massive upgrade advantage here in favor of Vindicta. Again, this is all because of the delayed Evos, because of the commitment into Mutas, a commitment that hasn't really paid for itself yet. We do see that Vindicta, he has eyes on them. He wants to try and catch him. Oh, God.
Oh, good at movement there, but Rattata, he is a fast player too. He's going to be able to keep up with these rotations, even picking off a Marine there. So a lot of micro coming out here from Rattata, definitely babysitting these Mutas very well.
Yeah, he was a little bit careless earlier on, but now he is focused. Now he has warmed up. He is taking care of his Muta flock, as Vindicta is going to be moving out again. 2-2 still on the horizon, so he doesn't want to hit yet. He doesn't want to hit an anti-timing, especially without tunneling claws. But for the time being, he's going to be staying at home here, trying to keep up with the Mutas.
Yeah, there we go. We do see those Thors on the way as well. So going to be a 2-2 timing with a few of these Thors on the way as well. I wonder if he's going to be looking to trade out these Cyclones at some stage as well. They're not the most efficient supply in this army.
Yeah, especially now that we're nearing max out, we do see, oh my god, a pretty important scan here. Vindicta recognizing the large amount of Ling Bane, and he's trying to keep up, but right now he's out of position.
Yeah, we see that mine being taken out for Rattata. Really nice control with these Mutas, and looks like these Cyclones and Thor are just going to be up the front trying to tank. Maybe this is his way of getting rid of the Cyclones as well.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. The Cyclones going to do their best to try and trade as efficiently as possible, but it looks like, oh, okay, does pull back in the end. We do see 2-2, again, about to finish up soon. We see 2-1 on the way from Rattata. He actually prioritizes Hive instead, which I do appreciate here. He is going straight for that.
Yeah, there we go. So this big Mutaflock going to be dipping on in there. They get that kill on the turret here, and this is where the Mutas can start to pull apart your opponent. We see 6 SCBs going down. This armory going to be focused down on as well, but looks like the Mutas are going to be getting on out of there.
Oh, yeah, it looks like a couple of Mutas are going to get picked off in the process. At the same time, Rattata, he rotates over towards the left-hand side. The Ling Bane army is pushing on forward. The Overseer does bait out a couple of these mine shots.
Yeah, pretty good trades coming out with those mines. We see the Hellbats on front. The Reaper Grenade as well going to be throwing back a few of these Banelings. We do have a little bit of sandwich coming in here, and very nice control by Vindicta, making the best of a bad situation here. And
yeah,
all those Banelings do not want to be trickling in one by one like that. Looks like Vindicta with some good trades.
Exactly. I mean, Rattata, he wanted to try and get some economic damage, but Vindicta's army was able to distract the Ling Bane enough. He didn't lose any workers at all and traded so well against the Ling Bane. Rattata has to back on up, try to rebuild, as 2-2 has not finished for the Terran.
Yeah, there we go. So we do have that timing just for a little bit longer, but it looks like the 2-2 of Rattata not too far off either. So we'd like to see Vindicta either committing or going for 3-3. There we go. +3 attack has been started.
Yeah, hopefully we get +3 armor soon as well. We do see the Muse doing a great job of distracting the army. At the same time, Vindicta finally being active with his force on the map, going to be clearing up whatever creep he can.
Yeah, there we go. Pretty deep on creep there, though. We do have these Mutas dipping in at the front. At the same time, the Ling Bane going to be committing on the army of Vindicta. Is he going to be in position and ready for that?
He's got a lot of mines. He's got a Thor as well. He can always go for a hot pickup here if things get a little bit too dicey. What a mine shot does go off on the Banes.
Yeah, pretty good connections all around on those Banelings. We'll be picking on up, getting on out of there, but the tank getting a lot of damage on the Banelings as well. We see it Rattata's supply just dipping down there for a moment. Does have a pretty healthy drone count here, but I am starting to get a little bit worried that the trade for him is not the best here.
Yeah, Rattata losing a lot of Ling Bane there to Widow Mine shots and to tank fire as well. It just wasn't too ideal. Does trade in the end, but it's not like Rattata has an amazing economy behind this. He does have a decent worker count, but he didn't quite have a bank, so he has to go back. He has to back off, lick his wounds. Meanwhile, Vindicta still hasn't started +3 armor.
+3 armor not quite there. We will have to get that armory up and running as well. We have a lot of turrets being started, recognizing as well that this Mutaflock is starting to get pretty seriously large and poses a significant counterattack threat.
It really does. At the same time, Vindicta's going to be punishing that gold base on the bottom left-hand corner. Does force a cancel. Not quite a kill. There we go. Vindicta has recognized it. +3 armor has started as well. A little bit mistimed. Oh my god, where did my shots go off?
Oh. Huge Widow Mine shot there, and we do see that Mutaflock just slowly started to get thinned out. Vindicta going to be setting up on this left side with half his army, right side with half his army, even splitting off a drop here, but looks like Rattata really starting to swallow up the map here.
Yeah, a little bit of an ambitious base, but at the same time, here comes the main army. This time, Vindicta gets caught out of position. His Widow Mines weren't quite burrowed in time. How good are the Widow Mine shots going to be?
Yeah, looks like a lot of these mines going to be going down. There's a lot of Banelings running on in here at some point. Vindicta just going to have to stand and trade. We do see those Banelings taking out some of these units. Are going to be going into the natural as well.
Yeah, they bust down the front wall. They're going straight for the natural. At the same time, it looks like the 4th base of Rattata has gone down. The Banelings aren't done. They actually go straight into the main. Oh my god.
Yeah, his Banelings just trying to find whatever damage they can, but the bio for Vindicta is back home. He's going to be taking that out. We do see a little bit of damage going down the Bane Nest. Not quite going to happen, but Vindicta has created chaos all across the map and is getting a lot of damage for it.
Yeah, the picture in picture as the 4th base went down. It looks like the 6th base is going to be focused down as well. No drone damage, but hatcheries have fallen left and right. We have a double drop in towards the main base, and he's going to be able to target down the Spire.
Yeah, gets the Spire, denies that +3 attack as well. Very important upgrade for those Mutas as we just see him rotating around. Going to be looking to deny even more mining. Looks like there will be enough of these Lings here. Maybe even some Mutas. Doesn't need to go back into the main to finish off that drop, but going to be losing these medevacs.
Yeah, medevacs do go down, but that was well worth it for Vindicta. Again, I feel like Rattata was just a little bit too greedy with his Bane run by in towards the natural. He spent a lot of Banelings trying to bring down these walls, trying to maximize the damage he could find. He did get 13 SCVs in the end, but not quite worth it overall. And now Rattata's a little bit on the back foot.
Yeah, there we go. We do have Liberators being produced for Vindicta as well here, so looks like he might be starting to look to get into some of that harass as well, and has a pretty huge advantage when it comes to the supply. I'm hoping that he's going to start to put a bit of pressure on again as well.
Yeah, it's possible that he may be waiting for +3, but +3 finishes in 10 seconds. Here we go. The army's moving out towards the freshest mining base of Rattata, bearing in mind that he lost 3 hatcheries in the last couple of moments. He's trying to rebuild. He's trying to resaturate as best he can. He was able to preserve his worker count. Bear that in mind as well. Oh, as the army is now engaging.
Oh, another huge mine shot as well. Vindicta, he is so good at retargeting those mines, always gets a huge amount of value out of them, and this is an immense amount of bio. I really don't think the Rattata can take this fight.
Yeah, I don't think so either. The Banelings try and roll on forward, but they do get caught out by those Marauders. Instead, the Marines start to step backwards. None of them go down, and he forces Rattata back.
Yeah, that's a lot of Banelings going down. The scan is going to see that there's only about 5 or 6 Banelings left. Looks like the Liberator going to be sieging up on top of those, and we can get that pre-split going for Vindicta here. I would like to see a few more mines being brought forward to help out as well, but yeah, this pre-split is a seriously good weapon against the Banelings.
Oh, the pre-split is insane. That is it. The majority of the Lingbane does go down. We do have a couple more Banelings on the way here, but the hatchery is getting lower and lower. Rattata forced to engage once again, and he does trade okay, but it's not enough.
GG and Vindicta with the win against Rattata on a Cosmic Sapphire. Gotta be happy with that one.
Oh, there you go, mate. GG, well played on one of the harder maps to pull off a macro game on, but in a really interesting way as well, bringing it back a little bit. He did open up with double factory, didn't go for blue flame, was trying to fake out mech, and then transition into bio. It's something you don't see too often at all.
Yeah, I'm going to be asking what that build was, because I don't know what the hell was going on there. Looks like it did work out for the best, though. He was able to limit that creep spread quite a lot, was able to take out a few queens as well, and there we go. We have Tropical Sacrifice for Rattata as the second map.
Oh, here we go. Again, it is loser's pick, and it does make plenty of sense for Rattata to go for another large map as well, to try and throw down as much room between him and his opponent, to try and macro, to try and get into those later stages of the game. But we saw that he wasn't quite able to get there. He did get a hive, and he did get +3 armor. I don't think he ever got +3 attack. He was obviously never able to get +3 attack for his mutas either. And overall, it felt like his mutas weren't able to deal too much damage. There was one moment where he overwhelmed the turret in the main base, but that was kind of the only moment where he ever really dealt any worker damage.
Yeah, so it's kind of something I was talking about before this game started, that Rattata, one of his advantages as a fast player, as a muta enjoyer as such, is to stress out the players and really push that multitasking to the limit. But you can see that when the Terran's multitask is up to the task, possibly even superior, it can be really difficult to find damage with the mutas while also dealing with everything else that's going on.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like, I do think that Vindicta is definitely up to par for that, and you know, what Rattata is usually able to accomplish with his multitasking kind of fell flat here. You know, Vindicta was able to keep up every single time. He didn't look too stressed out at all. There was never a real moment where I was really worried about him. The one moment where I was when we saw that Baneling run by kind of break in towards the natural and the main. But the only reason why that happened is because half of Vindicta's army was across the map killing bases. You know, like, that was the only moment where things were looking a little bit Monka-esque, and they were Monka-esque for the Zerg in the end.
Yeah, exactly. But coming into this second map, I wonder if Rattata got a bit more of a feel for Vindicta and is going to be looking to play more of a defensive game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Rattata should be going back to the drawing board. He should recognize his strengths and weaknesses, especially of his opponent, and try and adapt on the fly. Mutas clearly did not work. I feel like it may be a mistake for him to try and make that work again on Tropical Sacrifice.
Maybe he just cheeses him out.
I was thinking lunkers, papi, lunkers.
Gross. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner here for Good Game Gaming, this is Rattata.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tropical Sacrifice, representing the CranKy Ducklings, it's the Red Terran, it is Vindicta. We can't hear the trumpets, but we can in our brains.
Yeah.
As once again, for the second time in a row, Rattata opens up with the pool first.
Beautiful. Here we go. I'm going to be getting that pull first coming on out for Vindicta. We're going to be getting pretty standard build as well. Just going for that Reaper expand once again. And I definitely feel like he should be confident going for his standard player.
Oh yeah, his confidence definitely getting a bit of a boost after the first game, but we'll see if he can get his scouting off as well as he did previously. With his SCV scout, he was able to confirm the pool first opener, and because that Rattata wasn't able to really do much of anything aggressive with it, so we'll kind of keep an eye on it, as once again Rattata goes for a pool, hatch, and then gas.
Yeah, there we go. We do see just a standard expand coming out from Vindicta here as well.
Oh, yeah. Everything looking standard from the side of the Terran. The SCV is going to be waddling across the map as well, trying to have a gander at what the Zerg is up to. Should immediately recognize that the hatchery is later than it should be. And once he slips into the main base, we'll be able to piece together everything else. The Lings of Rattata doing his best to try and deny any kind of scouting. But again, Vindicta, it's just too good. Too good.
There we go. Going to get a full scout. Going to see that gas once again. Looks like exactly the same opener actually coming out from Rattata so far.
Yeah, pretty peculiar here. It does feel a little bit safe, I guess, especially if you're being proxied. But I don't know. I don't see Vindicta. You could correct me. I don't see him proxy Zerg so often.
Yeah, I really don't see it that often. It looks like Rattata just kind of likes this opening just to get a little bit of control. And we can see one of the advantages that you do have. You can take out some of these SEVs at the CC and just get a bit of a delay on the build time there.
Yeah, it looks like the Lings were able to bypass the army or the SCV of Vindicta, so going to be able to delay his CC a little bit here. Wasn't able to pull it off on Cosmic Sapphire, but is able to do it here on Tropical.
Yeah, he does get vision of the third here as well, though, so he will know that nothing cheesy is on the way here as he gets that orbital started up. Looks to make this switch, and everything looks poised for just a very standard build here. I will point out, though, he has gone for a 2cc build rather than the 3cc, and this does make it a little bit more likely that we might be getting some kind of aggression, maybe a Hellbat build.
Yeah, I'm really curious. By this point last game, Vindicta would already have a second kind of factory being set up here. So pretty interesting that he went for the more straight up 1-1-1. We do have a tech lab on the way as well. We'll see if we have an add-on switch. No, instead he goes straight for Marauders.
Yeah, so it does look like it is going to be this Marauder Hellbat that has been very popular, especially on this map, actually. I'm not exactly sure why. This is something that we've been seeing Terrans such as Yun and Bunny very regularly going for on this map.
Oh yeah, and Vindicta is cut from the same cloth. We have the Overlord dipping on in, but it's going to be focused down by these two Marines. Doesn't get any scouting information whatsoever, and we'll see if Rattata can defend from this position. Again, the Hellbat Marauder push isn't all in by any means. You can transition out of it, but regardless, damage still will need to be done. I don't really know if Rattata's really one. I don't think he's one to really skimp out on queens, so he should have plenty of them. But again, without having too much foresight, it can be difficult to prepare, at least mentally.
Yeah, 100%. We do have that. I believe we saw that Viking coming out from Vindicta as well. Should just be able to push back the ring of vision that Rattata has here. As we do see that Bane Nest is going to be started up, but is it going to be on time here?
Yeah, that's the real question. The Viking going to be able to get an Overlord kill in the middle of the map. Oh, I spoke too soon. One more shot. The Overlord barely does survive. And I wonder if that's going to tip off Rattata a little bit here. As the Hellions are coming out, the armory is done.
Yeah, that Overlord just going to be cleared out here. Looks like Vindicta just trying to bait out these queens out of position. There we go. They are out of position. The Marauder's going to be jumping on at top, and this is exactly how this build is designed to work. Just catching those queens split away from each other and trying to kill a few of those before they can join back up. Looks like these Banelings actually a little bit exposed as well,
yeah.
So Vindicta's going to be able to jump on top of them, and I think he's caught Rattata being quite greedy here.
Yeah, the Banelings are not going to be finishing. We saw a Transfuse Force earlier as well from these queens. They have very low energy, and it looks like every single one of them may just go down.
Why does it never look like this when I do it?
Because you're an animal, Poppy. As every queen is going to be going down here. We do see the banelings just trickling in one after another, not getting the best connections that they could hope for. And now GG gets called. That's it.
Yeah, Pop son, we get the 2-0 from Vindicta over Rattata. Amazing.
Oh my god. GG, well played. The 2-0 in what a fashion. Game number 1, a solid macro game. Game number 2, bearing in mind that the Mortar Hellbat, he wasn't all in. He was going to transition. You know, he had a throw TC behind it as well. This was designed to just kill a couple of queens, but he did more than that, mate. Oh my god. GG.
The gentle pressure, Copium.
The gentle pressure. Vindicta was too rough, Papi. It was too rough. Oh my god.
But there we go. A few map wins on the board, and we do get that 4-2. Good Game Gaming going to be taking this one out, but Vindicta especially showing what he can do there.
Oh, he really did. And unfortunately, you know, Good Game Gaming, they still take the series overall. I mean, well played to those players. But we were able to fight back in some way, and I hope Vindicta again is able to prove himself to the people, to the WTL admins, maybe get a couple extra points on the board as well when it comes to this Hexagon, as we're going to be getting ready for our next series.
Yeah, show the admins our shaft.
Massive shout out to Dolan and PattyMac as well. Give them a lot of love. It's always difficult to wake up early in the morning if you're in the Americas to play in these tournaments. They're never in the most ideal kind of position because of that, but they always fight very hard, and they also put up a good showing as well. So a lot of love to all of our ducklings, and we will be back next week. But the players, I mean, we will also be back in 3.5 minutes. 4 minutes. Don't forget to cheer for the cat as we're going to take a break and come back with Shopify Rebellion versus Alpha X.
There we go. See you soon.